Hey everybody, what's going on? I am Voice B and we are out here, York, South Carolina at the Black Lives Matter rally right here. I got the Chief of Police. Chief, I'm gonna let him introduce himself to you guys.
Hey, Chief Andy Robinson.
All right, how you doing, Mr. Robinson?
Good, how are you?
All right. First of all, I want to appreciate you, for coming out here and participating in the Black Lives Matter event. Dealing with all of the events that we've been dealing with, over the past 2 weeks. Tensions are really high, and I appreciate you, for coming out here and promoting a peaceful rally. It was peaceful. Everybody worked together. Now, I want to ask you, now, when it comes to, policing out in the communities and things like that, do you feel like minorities are targeted more?
I think that is probably the case in some areas, but we work very hard to make sure that's not the case in our community. We've been working for the past 5 years on a community policing effort to get out in the community and actually be involved, have input from them, tell us, what their concerns are, their problems are, and working with them to address those. So I won't say that it may not exist elsewhere, but we do our best to make sure it doesn't happen here in York.
Right. Okay. Now, as far as like when you're being stopped by the police, what are, I guess, the quote unquote proper procedures that we're supposed to go through? Because from a civilian's perspective, we're civilians. We're not trained to handle police situations. We're not trained to do any of that. That's your job. So a lot of people over the recent events and things are trying to tell civilians, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to act like this, you need to act like that. So in your opinion, what would be the proper protocols if we are stopped?
Well, that's a good question. We actually have that question quite a lot, and we've actually gone out and some of the meetings we've talked about this very thing. When you're stopped by the police officer, if you could just try not to be combative, aggressive, listen to them. Most of the time it's going to be something very minor. They're just trying to do their job. They're not out to cause anyone any problems. One of the main things, if I get stopped, which has happened since I've been a law enforcement officer, I always just keep my hands on the steering wheel and listen to the officer, and I don't do anything until they tell me what to do, and then I do it and comply with them, and you should not have a problem. If you do have a problem, let us know, we'll address it.
Okay, so if civilians have complaints or anything about being treated unfairly, how could they get those complaints in? Who do they need to talk to? What avenues do they need to go down?
All they need to do is call the police department. We have a complaint procedure. We'll walk them through it on the phone, tell them exactly what they need to do, how we resolve it, and we'll let them know what happens.
Okay. Now, you guys participated here today in the Black Lives Matter rally. What other things are you guys doing out in the communities, to let the civilians know that we are trying to work with people, we are trying to learn the communities, we are trying to learn the people and the actions and things like that?
Well, we just recently had a summer camp for youth. It was a week-long summer camp we had here at the Recreation Center to try to build that relationship with the younger kids. So we're doing that. That's one thing that we just started. We're having National Night Out in August. It'll be the first Tuesday in August. It'll be a big event. We've had it for the last 4 years. Every year it gets a little larger and larger. And we just want the citizens to come out, have fun, see that we're just regular people. We want to interact with them and show them that we care. We're working with a local nonprofit right now to try and do some parenting classes to help some people in our community. We've done that in the past. There's all sorts of events and community meetings that we're having. We have a Facebook page, so if anybody ever wants to know, they can check our Facebook page and see what's going on.
Okay, cool. And one more question. In your opinion, what does Black Lives Matter to you mean?
Quite honestly, I did not understand it as well as I think I do now until this week. I saw a comment that was in the Herald that somebody had written underneath the article. Yeah. And it made a lot of sense, and it was a different perspective, one that I had not considered before. And I don't know if you saw it or not, but it was about the cancer, and the breast cancer. They have breast cancer walks, not just cancer walks. I'd never really thought about it. It makes a lot of sense if you think about it. And I think a lot of people just don't understand the perspective that the people that are really into Black Lives Matter, their passion and what they're actually trying to do. They're not, and like it was said here today, they're not saying that all lives don't matter. All lives do matter, but their focus is the Black lives. So to me, that's the way I look at it, and we agree. I mean, we're not going to take anything away against that.
right. Well, Chief, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you for coming out here and participating in the event once again. How can people get in contact with you, if they need to?
They can always call the police department at 803-684-4141. They can come by. They can send us a message on our Facebook page. There's different ways that they can get in touch.
So no direct line to Chief. No direct line to the Chief, huh?
Direct line.
All right. Once again, thank everybody for tuning in. I'm Voice B, and we out.